All right, I'll call the Finance Committee meeting to order. First thing I would like to do is congratulate Joyce and Randy for their wins at the last election. Congratulations. Good to have you all back.
Thank you.
Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second to approve.
So it's not the focus, right?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's the U-tap, that's the microphone.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approved claims in the amount of $1,243,047.
The reason the claims are over $1 million is because we've had almost 4 weeks in there.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approve the operators licenses for Dustin Danielson, Stephen Richter, Britta Gerard, Emily Walker, and Dana Okerlund.
For the period of April 13th, 2021 to June 30th, 2022, contingent upon successful completion of a background check and payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Purchase of fireboat, 22 PC rescue, 3D renders. I imagine that's like single outboard, K22. Scott, you there?
Yep, I'm here. I'm
Test 1, 2. Mr. Mayor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can hear
so
me?
Brian, if that's working, I can go hop into council chambers. I'll
Yeah, if you can hear
Give
me.
me 1 second, Mayor, I'll be right there.
Microphones are working
Okay.
now.
Rich, you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Feedback.
Good evening, Mayor. Do you...
Is that something I said, Jim?
Are we live now?
Yes, we are.
Okay, yeah. So the boat, do you have any questions on it? It was approved in the CIP bonding. The prices are there. Some of the add-ons are estimates, but we should be right in that range. We would be ordering it as soon as tomorrow if it's approved. We did caught a little bit of a hike in the price, but by the end of the month they said it'd be another like 13,000 more. So is there any questions from the council or the finance committee? I'm sorry.
Why the increase?
It was supposed to be on in March, but because of the bonding with the, price was from last year. They guaranteed it till March 31st. We were on for March, but because they're unknown bid for the Highway 35 project, Aaron wanted to wait just to make sure that the Highway 35 project didn't come in way over, and then we accepted this bid. But being that we knew that it may go up, and they actually did everything they could. It should have been about a 15,000 because the cost of everything, because it was last year's bid, it ended up being about 2,000. So actually, we're kind of fortunate, but that's why it's on this month's, and it went past the original bid price or the bid extension.
All right. I'm sorry, Randy, did you say something?
Second.
Motion and second to approve. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Scott, hang on 1 second. Randy, you're going to probably need to do something about your mic. We're having a hard time hearing you. Scott, you and Jeff and I are going to need to meet. We're probably going to need to meet with the marina. They have concerns about how we're going to work our boats down there.
Yep, and that's fine. And we have all season because we'll be using the old boat this season. A police boat to be in the water. This won't be delivered until at least probably November. So so it won't be in the water yet this year. But yeah, just let me
All
know if
right.
you want to get together.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks. Discussion and possible action to approve the letter of engagement with SEH in the amount of $11,795 for State Highway 35 lighting improvements and construction services.
Good evening, Finance Committee. Mike Moraz, Director of Public Works.
Like my mom used to wear earrings like that.
I like them. You like them?
Brian, you got to mute iPhone 2. Try again, Mike.
Rich, can you hear me now?
Barely.
Better.
I think it stopped, yeah. All right, so what you have in front of you tonight is a LOE with SEH for contractual services for the downtown lighting. As part of the Highway 35 project, the city is going to be upgrading their ornamental lighting throughout the downtown district, starting at Cooley and going all the way to Vine Street. And what you have in front of you is to approve the LOE for staking, inspection services. We would bring SEH on board to basically make sure that all the lighting, equipment, and conduit is being installed correctly, is tying into our current system. The money to pay for this would come out of the CIP, out of the ornamental lighting line item, where we had budgeted $6.25 for the installation of these lights. The bid came back at $506,925, so we have a surplus, if you want to say, of $118,075.
Anybody?
Move to approve?
Second?
Got a motion and second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Excuse me, motion's approved. Discussion and possible action to approve the quote from Cyclone Fence in the amount of $8,809 to install a 20-foot backstop in Burton Park.
So me again, this is another CIP item that we are currently working on. We're kind of reconfiguring Burton Park, which includes permanent hockey boards, some trees, and because of the permanent hockey boards are being placed next or just north of the warming house there, we're having to move a field from basically the northwest corner to the northeast corner. And we had reached out to a couple of companies to see if we could move the old backstop, and it just wasn't fiscally feasible to do. It ended up costing us more money to do that. So we went out and got a price for, a new backstop, and Cyclone Fence was the low bid, or the low quote, I should say, in the amount of $8,809. The second one we got from Century Fence was $10,886. The money to pay for this will come out of the CIP, where we had budgeted $15,000.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion and second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? Motion's approved.
Thank you.
All right. Approve moving officers Mossman and Woodward up on the pay scale to step 3.
Evening, Council, or Finance Committee, I should say. So one of the recruiting measures we used in our last couple of recruitments to try and get good, qualified, experienced candidates was to offer partial lateral transfers for people coming to us from different departments. Both of these officers came from different departments with 3 years' experience. One from the city of Wausau and the other from Pierce County, just south of us. They have both completed probation and will qualify. For an entire year, the budget impact would be $14,943.38, almost $15,000. I would recommend that if approved, the pay scale bump would take effect July 1st, which would cut that in half to $7,471.69, and I would use my 2021 operating budget for the police department to do that.
I'll move we approve. Did you hear that, Rich?
Yeah, you're sounding good, Randy.
All right.
Second?
Motion and second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approved police department purchase of 2 pepper ball guns.
Yes, so just bear with me 1 second. This request is coming just to try and update and upgrade our less lethal options and crowd disbursement options with everything going on in our area. The money for this, well, we have 2 officers trained in the deployment of this. 2 of those same 2 officers are going to the instructor school so they can certify others in the use. These 2 members are on our mobile field force team, so if activated, these would be the people that would be involved in these situations anyway. I'm requesting the purchase be made of 2 units so that in case, obviously if we need to, we have 2, but primarily if we need 1 and 1 is out of service for some reason, that we still have a backup. Each unit costs $995.95. The combined total is $1,991.90. We have in our undesignated donation account about approximately $35,000, and I would request that the money be used out of that account to purchase these.
I'll move we approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action on operators agreement between the City of Hudson and Jarvis and Sons, Inc.
So with this one, as I mentioned in the memo, we've been working on this for a long time now. We've been trying to work cooperatively with Jarvis's, of course, but we needed to extend the agreement. But at the same time, the mayor and staff wanted to make sure that we provided the proper protections. It's a rather complicated issue, unfortunately, just because that we have, the DNR is involved with licensing and things because of the river. We have to be the owners of any sort of docks that go on the river, just because of the requirements. And then we have to have the ability to lease those docks to someone else to use. But at the same time, we want to protect Jarvis's because they technically have installed those docks, that if and when we terminate the relationship at the end of this contract or future contracts, that they know that they can then get their docks back at that time and then remove them and things like that. So there's
we see a little bit of blueprint now, and Carrie's done a lot of that hard work. So Carrie, thank you.
Can somebody mute Gary Rice, please?
Thank you.
Giving him a
Thank you. So with that, we've, like I said, gone back and forth a while. The Jarvises agree to this. We feel as mayor and staff that this protects the city, but still allows for us to have the asset of the tour boats down at the dike, and then also to have the additional mooring options for boats and things that are needed. And so I guess with that, staff recommends, the finance committee recommend approval.
I'll recommend that we approve the contract. I move that we do.
Second.
You got a motion and a second. Discussion?
I just want to say that the Jarvises have really been a good partner down there. We haven't had complaints since I think they've been down there from either the DNR, the Public Works Department, any of the agencies that work on the river. We've had no complaints through this whole thing, as they've been partners down there with us. So I greatly appreciate that.
Yep, and I definitely agree, Randy. We wanted to work out a deal with them. It's just, it turned out to be way more complicated than anybody thought with just all the other agencies involved. But I'm happy we got to this too, because we do want to see them stay and continue their services.
I'd also like to add that the biggest problem that we had was we could not give definitive answers coming from the agencies that Aaron just referenced. Conversations with us resulted in different answers to us than what the Jarvis has got, and conversations with the same departments. And we would expect that if you talk to a department, it shouldn't matter who you talk to. Everybody should have the same answer. That just wasn't happening. And we finally were able to pin these guys down and get this figured out. So appreciate everybody's patience, the Jarvis family in particular, your patience in getting this thing done. All right, so I'm sorry, we had a motion. Do we have a second on that?
Second.
Yes.
All right, motion and second to approve. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. All right, I don't have anything for future agendas. Anybody else? Anything?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned.